I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And I'm going to do a bunch of videos tonight. If you're wondering what that noise is, it is a fan because it is hot as hell. I'm not going to melt. I'm not going to melt like a motherfucker. I'm not going to be Frosty the fucking Snowman while I do this. So if you don't hear it or if it's fine, cool. If not, in the words of Richard Pryor, tough titty, as he told to the kid in the toy, which probably wasn't a good idea since that kid went on to porn. I don't know, maybe Richard Pryor saying tough titty made the kid in the toy say, let me go into porn. You never know. But the review, by the way, off that tangent, if anyone ever wants to request any type of videos, pretty much any type, you can either send it directly via my PayPal or join my Patreon. The links are down below in the info box. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you so much. The links to both will be down below in the info box. Again, you need to be either joining my Patreon or send the request directly via my PayPal. Now, this is for Dalton, and the review for today is The Strangers, Pray at Night. Now, I was not a fan of the first Strangers. I thought it was a boring piece of shit. Overrated. And I did not see the appeal. I didn't understand the appeal. I did not understand what made it so great, what made it so... I guess it just wasn't for me. I didn't get it. Now, this one... The first half or 2/3 of this film didn't really much care for, but I thought the third act made it enough where it's a time waster. It's a decent time waster. I definitely think it's better than the first one. That's just my opinion. Because the first half, 2/3 of this film is pretty much an old man and an old lady get killed by this woman that has a doll face. I think her character name is actually called Dollface. The old lady sees the woman and she's like, "What are you doing in my house?" And I'm like, that's what you don't do? That's all you don't say? You're not going to scream, you're not going to curse, you're not going to give him the middle finger, you're just going to calmly say or ask, "What are you doing in my house?" I thought that was weird. I would have freaked out, pissed my pants, piss on their pants, something else, but no. So of course she gets killed, and then the doll-faced lady lays down beside the old man who's sleeping, and then the titles. And then you get the inkling that this film is definitely going for an 80s vibe, which I liked. I mean, the titles is literally the text from Stranger Things. And I've never even seen Stranger Things, but I've seen enough of it that I know what the text looks like. You know, back in the day, the Stephen King novel text, that Stranger Things uses. This is the same here. Oh, strangers. Stranger Things. The score is going for a little bit of a John Carpenter vibe. Not so much synthesizer, but I don't know. Once in a Blue Moon, it reminded me a little bit of the music from The Fog. Granted, I don't think it's as good as the music from The Fog, but sort of that little bit of feeling from time to time. And even some of the lighting has some decent lighting. And also songs. I mean, you have one song that the only time I remember hearing it is in Crocodile Dundee. Remember Crocodile Dundee? One of my favorite comedies. If you don't, you won't get it. If you do remember it, remember the scene where Crocodile Dundee's in the party and there's the guy with the coke, but he thinks, Crocodile Dundee thinks it's for his, oh, you stuffed up, huh? And he puts it in like a cup like this. He's like, yeah, keep stiffing, keep stiffing. The song that's playing that, now get it on. Now get it on. That song's in the movie. Air Supplies, Making Love Out of Nothing at All, that's in the movie. Even Total Eclipse of the Heart. So the whole 80s vibe that the director was going for, at least made the movie seem a bit more interesting to me compared to the previous film. Like I said, the first half, after that opening, it's 4 people, 2 parents and their teen kids. Teen girl, teen guy. And they're late teens, early 20s. The drama is the teen girl's going to be sent away to a boarding school or some other shit. I couldn't say I gave a whole lot about this cast of characters. There was really nothing to care about these characters. Not really development-wise, not really acting-wise. It's not like they're the worst actors ever, but there's really nothing to this cast. Like, whatever. And then there were some dumb decisions made. Like, they go in and they just find a note. Oh yeah, we went to bed or we left or something. Wouldn't that be a little bit of a warning sign? Okay. How about, no, okay, let's find... Wouldn't you still want to go to their trailer to go... Because the people killed at the beginning of the film is the aunt and uncle of these teens. So again, you would think, okay, yeah, I know they left a note, but okay, I'll forgive that. They want to wait till the next morning. Now wake them up. Okay. But then they see this weird person knocking on the door, asking for someone that they don't know. And they even go, well, wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to be alone here? So I'm like, okay, that's where all 4 of you get in your car, you go to the aunt and uncle, find them dead, and get the fuck out of Dodge. But no. Instead, they split apart. The 2 teens, they find the aunt and uncle dead. They come back, tell the parents, and instead of going, I don't know, the thought of get the fuck in the car and leave, get the fuck out of Dodge. No, they decide to do the Scooby-Doo split up look for clues, where the mom and daughter go back to the trailer they're at, while son, the father wants confirmation. Fuck the confirmation. Take the word for it. But no. So of course they go in, show us the father that they're dead. Meanwhile the mom and daughter are chased by Dollface. And then they lock themselves in the bathroom. I didn't understand this. They're locked in the bathroom. There's no other way to get out except this thing in the ceiling. Why don't you grab a weapon, When they come in, you smack them in the head. No, instead, the mom turns her back on the door. You could have used shit to barricade the door, but whatever. Put shit in front of it. You have to push her daughter up. She just grabbed from behind. The mom gets stabbed. That's when that song from Crocodile Dundee plays. I like the song. It's a little bit out of place in that scene, but okay. So then what happens is... Oh, the son and dad, they're in a vehicle. They get hit. Someone throws a brick or a cement block. They hit their car. And the dad gets impaled. And there's 3 killers. I guess supposed to be the 3 killers in the first Strangers. And the guy who's hooded mask, wannabe town that dreaded sundown. He goes in, stabs the dad. Is that too gory of a movie, to be perfectly honest? At least with those deaths, I should say. And then there's one moment that is just stupid where the teen kid, the guy, gets a gun. There's one of the 3 bad guys, one of the females with a mask on. He doesn't shoot her. He's like, back off, and then runs off. I'm like, why didn't you shoot the bitch? Shoot her. Doesn't happen. I don't know why. So by this point, I'm like, oh my god. This sucks. This movie sucks. I don't care much about the characters, a lot of stupid decisions. I don't mind the music, I don't mind the score, I don't mind the lighting. That's pretty much it. But then, it did a little bit of a turn. Where, more spoilers starting now. The teen guy hides his sister to try to get for help. There's a really cool shot that the director does where it's a far away shot and you see the kid walk into the swimming pool, and then the camera focuses to the corner of the screen, zooms in as the bad guy's coming at the kid, and he turns and hits the bitch with a golf club. Must have learned from Abby. Or maybe the kid thought the girl was a guy named Joel. Some people will get that. So after hitting her with the golf club, goes up to her, she tries to attack him, and he stabs the shit out of her. Wow. Okay, you had a cool looking shot. One of the villains actually gets killed. Stabbed to death with a kitchen knife. Cool. Okay. Then you have this little battle. The bad guy has an axe and the kid has a knife. And this is to the Total Eclipse of the Heart song. And the way the beat went, it was actually rather well done. He gets stabbed and you think he's going to die, but he doesn't. Which I'm surprised and I care, because I'm like, well, I don't really care about these characters, but it's more about the acting isn't that bad and their actions are making me like them a bit more, because they're actually doing something now. And the sister saves her brother, and then she's going to protect her brother, and she hides the brother, and she's going to go for help. You have a patrolman that gets his throat cut. There's 2 more bad guys. One of them is, I believe, the bitch that killed her mom. And our lead, granted, part of me, I know this is superficial, went, why can't the lead be a guy? Does it always have to be a girl in these movies? Can't it be a guy once in a while? It is once in a blue moon, like the Hills of Eyes remake, but that's just superficial. But she shoots the bitch with a shotgun. And then goes up and finishes the job. That was cool. That was crowd pleasing. There's a point where the main bad guy's truck gets on fire, and then goes after her while the truck's on fire, like it was Christine. Remember Christine, where the car was on fire chasing a character? that happens in this. I thought they looked cool. And then you have songs by Air Supply. You have an ending that's ambiguous, but at the same time, I could deal with it. Because spoiler, extra spoilers. They do an ode to Chainsaw Massacre, where she gets in a pickup truck and the killer's chasing after her behind, but he gets on and she smacks him in the face with a baseball bat with a big splat. And then you cut to the hospital and you realize that her brother has lived. She's at the hospital taking care of him. She hears a knock on the door. She freaks out because earlier in the film there was a knock on the door. But I don't think it's a sequel bait ending. I don't think it's a downbeat ending. The way I interpreted it was she will always be scarred, at least for a little bit. That just a knock will make her a deer in headlights. Because they never viewed these films as supernatural. And the guy would be the only one that could live, and he doesn't knock on the door. The other bitches did. And how the hell is he going to get in the hospital without anyone noticing? No noise. Unless you're fucking Halloween 2. But that's the way I interpreted it. So, I think the first half is like, whatever. But I think the third act is a decent enough time waster that I do put this over the original. I do. And I'm fine that I watched it. I am. So, that's just my opinion. I'm fine that I watched it. Will I ever watch it again or own it? Do I love it? No. But I think if you're into a little bit of the 80s vibe for a movie and its music, some of its look, and the killers actually getting some of their just desserts, which is nice and refreshing. I just wish they would have improved on the characters. The first half of the film, maybe be more clever with the characters or the dialogue, be more witty or something to that effect. Either better acting or better script for the characters in the first half. That would have helped a lot. But overall, didn't mind it. It's a time waster. That's just my opinion though. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you guys later. Be careful out there. Bye-bye.